Yo, Real here again, back with some more Disco Elysium gameplay. Right at the end of the last episode, we got another skill point, so the first thing we're going to do is figure out how to do something with that. So, looks like I can click level up right here to level up logic. Can I use it to upload base stats? It looks like no, I don't have a button here. Clicking the plus doesn't seem to do anything. I can't even click info right here. So, what seems to come up the most? Electrochemistry comes up a lot. Go to party planet, love, and be loved by drugs. Okay, that's drug understanding apparently. That came up a few times already. Probably just because of the amount of alcohol this guy consumes. These only have 1 point allocatable at all. Oh, so this determines how many points you can actually put into it. Interesting. So, visual calculus has come up like twice. Rhetoric has come up multiple times. It's helped me figure out what people are talking about, I think, and define situations. Art of persuasion. Logic comes up significantly more often. Let's go with logic. Accept changes in clothes. What's in inventory? I picked up a ampoule of ammonia, which didn't come up again. I really thought that would come up. Oh, it's because I never looked at the body again. Alright, so now, how does this work? Do I just look at it? Oh, there we go. It automatically applied it. Okay. Item loss, ampoule of ammonia, continue. But I still threw up. So, what's going on here? The ammonia didn't help at all. Endurance failure. Modifiers is +1. Makes it worse. The combination forces your tears out. You manage to keep it in once. The second time, not so much. When the vomiting is done, your cheeks are wet with tears. The ammonia didn't help at all. Nor does the wind right now. And he just pats me on the back. Come on, Kim. I've seen strong men turn themselves inside out for hours. You're facing tough odds here. Alcohol withdrawal makes it considerably harder. I think I want a new case. That's probably a good idea. Let's clear our heads before we can do that. He withdraws his hand from your back and looks you in the eye. You need to get your shit together. Yes. Okay. I need to get my shit together. Volumetric shit compressor. We should go talk to locals, find something else to do while the wind changes. It's pretty bad right now. You received a thought. The dialogue is over. You and your thought cabinet in the bottom right hand mount to equip it. Thoughts. Hobocop. Still working on it. Volumetric shit compressor. Time of research budget is none. Research time is 30 minutes. Your shit is apart. And is rather unbecoming of a cop and a human being. It's supposed to be the opposite of that, together. Compressed in a small area. To achieve a solid level of shit compression, squeeze your butt cheeks together for 30 minutes. Do something similar with the two hemispheres of your brain. Talk to people. Maybe that will help. Yep, let's internalize that shit too. Oh, look, it does it in order. So I'm going to finish thinking about being a hobocop and then think about volumetric shit compression. Nice. And map Sleeping dock worker, physical instrument, challenging. Hanged man, endurance legendary. Kuno, empathy legendary. These are found white checks. Those on white are available to try now. But it's not in... Acquire a copy of the city map. Okay. Well, my ammonia's gone. It does not appear to have helped me whatsoever. So, let's continue. Some kind of crane here. Winch mechanism that has been oxidizing for some years, aka it's rusty. What's this? Pile of Eternite. An inconspicuous pile of roofing material, Eternite. I should be able to look at a thing pretty well. And I can't. Because it's nice and orderly, well-laid palette, easy on the eyes. Conceptualization, medium success. Rhythmic pattern, calms your mind. Mammals like this stuff. This is locked. Put skill points into perception to open this white check. Okay, so I can't do this again until I get a perception skill point. Someone left some roofing material. Encyclopedia. Glad you asked. When junior researcher Olari Tal invented Eternite in the Vardna Polytechnic Institute some 30-odd years ago, he thought it would last forever, hence the name Eternite. Sadly, the only thing lasting turned out to be the material's highly carcinogenic effect. Awesome. Let's take a sip of water first. I can hear what I can only assume to be his highway. Walk more. There we go. Should I try to talk to these kids again? I don't think so. Can I walk down, please? Is the screen movable? No. Can I use it with paused? No. Okay. So we're just restricted to this very small area. Good times. Thanks for giving me the gloves. And who are you? Another smoker.
I am a gander and a hunter and a gatherer. Feel like a traveler.
What a good singer. Seems to be making up as it goes. Keep listening.
From another planet. Hey there.
Okay. He's crazy.
Yes, you are, my man.
And he doesn't care.
It's the jam, my man.
The air from the east is thick with the smell of crude oils, heavy metals, and other products of the modern era. You can almost taste
The
it.
traffic jam for the ages. Harbor gates up the street are shut tight. No explanation given. Workers on strike, scabs agitating, an all-around clusterfuck.
It's a bad
Meanwhile,
situation.
we're all stuck here in long-haul limbo for days upon days upon days. Upon days.
Limbo, huh? How long you been here?
Feels near forever. Like I was born on this here roundabout and this was all I ever knew. Just me and the metal and the tires, the oil and the fumes of mazout.
What's mazout? Drama. Mazout is an antiquated term for heavy fuel oils. This man has a barely suppressed performative streak, or he just likes unusual words, or both. I take your style,
Yeah,
man.
imagine. It's been a whole week already.
What does that mean? A whole week of what?
So tell me, what do you need?
Can you spare some change for working stiff? Tell me about the strike. It's like whatever's going on over at the docks. Workers getting blockades set up, making demands, no way in or out. Going to be a strike that would probably help you dodge a bullet or two. I don't know how that really helps me. What does the union want? Some pretty wild stuff I hear, like a giant new power crane in half the company. I forget what exactly. Good on them, I guess. I've heard talk about a company rep in town too, like a strike negotiator type. They'd know what's up, precise demands and so on. Kim says, "Ah yes, from the Wild Pines." He takes a note. We'll meet her soon enough, I'm sure. What do you think the company wants? The money. Ka-ching! Rhetoric says he doesn't blame them, but he's on their side, that's for sure. He definitely sides with the workers, not the company. What else? Anything else? Yeah, the same. Really my area of expertise. I just do my job and get paid. I have things to do and places to be. All of us do. All of who? Lorry drivers. Camioneurs. Camioneurs? A few things still hang around here waiting for this mess to end. Most have scurried off somewhere to get drunk or high or laid. Not that I blame them, really. Not my thing, chasing transient pleasures is a drag these days. I prefer the examined life now, thinking, reflecting, observant, humming cool songs. Glances down the road toward the horizon, a glint of something in his eyes. Composure. Allows me to determine he tries his best to look nonchalant, but there's a rigidity to him, as if he's trying to conceal something warm and deep beneath a cool exterior. You know anything about the dead man? He's not a driver. All accounted for, otherwise I haven't really asked about that. I'm wasting time here, keep him busy. He is telling the truth. Doing what? Analyzing the fundamental structure and psychological conditions of being stranded in the midst of a sea of motor lorries and their sad, despondent chauffeurs. Wow. What are you hauling away? High-grade narcotics, illegal firearms, stuff like that. Always wanted a friend in the underworld. Joking, my man. Fallen runs a nice, clean business. Who's Fallen? This haul of cargo is mostly sporting goods, you know, tracksuits and that kind of thing. They usually get shipped to Grodd and then Occident. Though we've been making headway in the Illimaran market lately. This rockin' beauty, he points at the lawyer with his thumbs. Sure is like a rash you can't get rid of. You interested in heavy cargo machinery? A motor lorry is called a camion, and a Callio and neighboring islands. This one looks roughly up enough to be some sort of fallen rust bucket, maybe the A6. Why does my guy, who doesn't know anything, know a specific type of truck? She's an old one, but she's reliable. Gets the saddler with a friendly knock. Me and her spent a long time together. Can I get one of those tracksuits? But I can't just freely hand out merchandise. The boss would not be happy. New question. Empathy. I suck at empathy. We'll just end it there. Don't be a stranger. Is there anything down here? I got something to look at right there. Good from the lawyer haphazardly litter the surroundings. Doesn't look like his truck's going anywhere. Looks like he might be stuck. Alright, come up here. Where am I going? Can I go down this way? Oh, here's the thing. Wait. A bold slogan, Humanox, covers the truck. There's a person. What's this? Boxes. Money! Oh. 197, that's not anywhere close to 130. I don't think I'm ever gonna pay this guy. old broken down truck. A foreign car kept in good condition. This is good condition? Encyclopedia Brain says, Stash Rajko, one of the finest. Nope. Motor carriages ever, an oldie but a goodie. I have policeman things to do. Hey you. Pale driver. The smaller woman does not greet you. She nods along to something in the radio. A photograph clutched in her hands, and there's a warm smile on her face. The photo, an ambrotype from the turn of the century, as golden as her smile. No response.
Wait. She's just a distracted old woman. Better to leave her alone.
Alright. If you say so. You're smarter than me, Kim. Oh, this must be the strike. What's this? Stored fuel here, but now they're storing booze. I can talk to this guy. Seems like it ain't getting any better. Let's check out this. Grit. Yeah, I can see that. Great. Rocoal Industrial Harbor. Okay.
Scab?
Call me Manana, Scab, asked a man with the jolly eyes tilting his head. Rhetoric. Yep, don't know what that means. You're hazy on the notion of a scab. Smells like politics, though. Maybe it's got something to do with flask he reaches for from time to time.
A kind of a worm,
Scab.
content with mere survival. They come, they want to do our job for shittier pay, screwing over both themselves and us. Everybody loses.
Where'd they
Beats
all
me.
come from?
Somewhere in the ground, I think.
You don't seem
Gotta
to
be
like
bloody stupid or freaking evil to Scab. Or I guess, scared maybe. But scared of what? Of who?
Those are the masked squinting eyes as if trying to ascertain what they're scared of.
Personally, I'd rather beg than Scab. If the gentleman shouting on the street came begging, maybe they'd have gotten something.
So he thinks protesting is worse than begging? Okay.
We've explained the matters, but they don't listen. This lot would be reasonable and go home if the big guy wasn't riling them up all the time. I was just messing with
I'm
you.
not a scab.
No one's ever seen a cop Scab.
Okay.
Imagine, you cops going on a strike, but then another cop comes in and says, let us cop for less money. Speaking of, what brings the RCM here, to the wild north? Come to see the strife?
I'm investigating a murder. It sounds like a lot of hard work. You're never seeing me investigating a murder. This guy's a lazy dude. I have no idea what I'm doing. If that's okay, I have no idea what I'm doing either. I don't even know what day it is, he thinks, and then decides, don't tell me. It's a better day that way. This guy would just give me money? Why am I just asking for money from everybody? What's behind the gates? My friend, I respect the right to roam. The open range awaits. You gaze over the roundabout with a glint of mind. Does it mean you can let me through the gate? I don't operate in that capacity. I'm not a grantor of passage. He takes a swig and points to stare at this flask. Passage grants itself. Logic. Well, level up didn't help me that much in this case. If it's all so simple, why don't the strike breakers just go up the stairs? Walk right past the head measure and go in. Past measure head. Okay, this guy. Yeah, the 2.5 meter tall Seminese supremacist. Seminese supremacist. He points the bridge over the gates. Walk right past him. Then press the button to unlock the door. Then go past him again. You into the harbor through the office. Esta. Yeah, it's probably difficult. I'm sure it's not completely impossible. For example, you could best measure head in a physical confrontation. Not me, I'm a smart boy. Or you can convert to his Seminese supremacist worldview. Or, maybe it's actually is completely impossible. I don't care if anyone's beat him. Got it. What's the strike about anyways? Serious business. I'm sure the big boss will be glad to tell you. I'll have to ask him first. He wants to talk about the strike too, just can't break the command structure. Tell you now. I'll ask him for money. I can help you out. Can I catch the money? No. Roll a 3. Falls on the ground. Didn't mean to throw it like that. It's just a thing we harbor folk do, passing around cargo and such. Not as a provocation or ridicule. Thanks, Kim. Oh yeah, now I got 297. Oh, I'm rich. Always glad to help the RCM. We're on the same branch, you and I. Humans, I mean. Thanks for the info, my friend. You've been very helpful. What's this? In case of strike, press button behind guard. Hermetically sealed door locked by electronic means. This must be the door. I have to push this button and then open this door. That must be what I was talking about. Can't pick that door. Fine.
Your body betrays your degeneracy.
Yeah, Measurehead. His body totally betrays his degeneracy.
Thanks.
You
What's that
have
mean?
succumbed to Al-Ghul.
What does that mean?
You reek of it. An invisible sword of Al-Ghul emerges from your throat. You cannot see it, but others can. It is making the woman in my company sick.
Kim
It's
is
not
it that
good.
bad? Oh. It's like a rat crawled their stomach, got drunk and drowned. Wow. Why didn't Kim tell me earlier? I should drink a little
Your
more.
mouth moves, but the one who speaks is Al-Ghul. You are but a vessel for the Ghul now. Very little of yourself remains.
Is it because of my gloves?
Occidental Haplogroup B4 is done giving orders around here. The influence of the Ham Sandwich race is waning.
Wow, he really is a supremacist. I don't want to tell him I'm a cop. That one makes me a cop too. And that makes me feel like I'm getting in a physical confrontation, which I really don't want. I just need to do my
Begging
job.
for help. Attempting to pass fear for cooperation. How far the Occidental Haplogroup has fallen. You were once a noble and powerful race. You gave the world eugenics, electricity, and powerful weapons of war like missiles and aerostatic aircraft. You made great gains in metallurgy, race theory, and statecraft.
Thanks. I didn't know we did all that.
You dominated lesser cultures, like the deformed Hemians and the inexplicably potato-obsessed Quakers. But now your ascent to the genetic summit has halted. You are obsessed with sadness and with frivolous pop culture.
I'm not one of those people. I don't like pop
You
culture.
will be superseded. Isn't that right, Meg?
It is, baby, yeah. You know it.
Is she of this other race too? Can't tell. Maybe she converted. This button behind him must be the one that opens the door to the harbor. That won't work. I don't think he's gonna just do that. I could try it.
Enough with this begging. You should leave the stage of history with dignity by inviting the other races to a great world war.
He wants a war? That ain't me, dog.
Bring your troops to the Seminine Islands and to Boogie Street, and we will pulverize you. When you are gone, we will build a museum for you.
Boogie Street. Is this a dance battle? I might be okay with a dance battle. I got a foreign motorics. Is dancing somewhere in here? Maybe it's in here. No. No. Reaction speed? Is anything about dancing? No. Twitch muscles. Savoir faire. Yeah, unbearable show off. Savoir faire maybe, but I've got the worst equipment on. I've got a 2. That's not gonna work.
The walls will be lined with bottles of Al Ghul, your beloved beverage. Inside, we will store the odes to homosexuality called art and your microcephaly skulls.
There may be an peaceful solution. You could internalize Measurehead's race theory. He would take you as one of his own. I don't really want to be a Seminoles supremacist, but maybe it's the only way to get into the harbor. Isn't the unit white? Don't be vulgar, white or not, has got little to do with this. The race enigma runs much deeper than that. He turns his eyes toward the harbor, seemingly bored with you, okay? Mr. Clare is a man of vision. It means he has the will to confront international capital, which is something your race, naivistic communists, never did. Individualism is my jam. Individualism. You've gotten the ideas from a generic youth culture, have you not? Have you picked them up from the rock and roll songs? I got it from disco. Offshoots from the 70s, people invented disco while having sex under the influence of cocaine. It is a shame upon my race, but what is done is done. Huh. I'm not surprised you enjoyed so much. This has happened to many of the side products of the inevitable cultural victory of the 70s race. Okay, didn't know who. Okay. The other people were kind of nice to police, but the signs on that building made it seem like they probably wouldn't like the police. I know who the Seminoles are. Recently experienced head trauma. Seminoles are the South Island race, Haplo Group A4A, the rightful masters of the Indian archipelago. We descend from the Areopagite to the ancient Pergnasis and arrived here 4,000 years ago. So we were born in the house and moved to Revachol. Descendant, the narrow streets of Old Muir with I wish my genetic dreams to see a young Seminoles woman walk into the gray massive Isle of the Phantom, waiting on immaculate conception from the pale. What's going on? This guy's crazy. This is subscribe to his advanced rape series. I think that's the only way I can get through here without fighting him, and I can't fight him. There's no possible way I beat him, so I have to do this. And I failed. Try to smile pathetically. Nearly answer the great race enigma. Why would I share it with you? With a deformed infant, you have not the devotion for servitude. That really did not go well. Kim, help me out here. Don't think anything about this. We're wasting our time having this conversation. Okay, that's what I thought. Let's get out of here, Kim. Volumetric ship compression is done. All endurance white checks unlocked. Learning cap for endurance raised to 4. Okay. Bizarre scientific news from Rebel West today, where a police officer's shit has been observed at the pressure of around 495 gigadecimals. The metallic hydrogen levels of shit togetherness were thought to exist only at the center of the collapsing stars, not law officials. It remains to be seen how long this shit singularity lasts. Great. Now what? Am I just done? This is just in my head now. How are you this gonna unlock? I don't know. Let's get out of here, Kim. We got better things to do with our time. Well, I don't know what to do next, so, just call it there. We found the strike, we investigated it, we made a new best friend who gave us some money.
Hola, Wandering Man. How
Call
can I
me
help you?
Manana tomorrow, I guess. His name is Tomorrow. And he hates people who work for things. So, see ya.